Donovan, if you could just break down what was going through your head after you received that big offer from South Carolina.
No, it was just like it was a dream come true to me. I was watching them growing up. As a kid, me and my dad, we always used to watch Carolina growing up when they had Jadeveon Clowney and all them. So it was a dream come true for real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And tell me a little bit about why you're excited to build that relationship with wide receivers coach Justin Stepp.
I just want to keep building that relationship because at the end of the day, that's we right down the street from each other. So building that relationship is going to be great. Being able to come to the game and Justin Stepp, he's a good coach. So watching him develop guys, Xavier Leggett, all them boys, watching him develop those guys, man, it's gonna be a fun time. Cause I'm only a sophomore, so I got 2 to 3 more years to grow that relationship.
No doubt. And with obviously Irmo being a pipeline to South Carolina right now with Nick Imanwari and now Isaiah McClary, your teammate who also signed a PWO. What do you think about the relationship and the pipeline between Irmo and South Carolina, and also with your quarterbacks, also thinking about the Gamecocks as well and AJ Brand?
I think it's great. All of us again, what we work hard for. So, Carolina's starting to see that, coming down there and finding more talent as they keep coming through the schools. So, with all of us having that offer and all of us getting the opportunity to stay home and play ball, man, it's great to see that.
And has Coach Stepp or any of the assistants, obviously there's rules with 26s on communication and it's still early in the process, but have you been able to speak with anyone about how your skill set may be able to fit into Carolina in the future?
So, they can't contact me right now, but if I go there, I'm able to talk to them and speak to them. They said when I talked to them, man, they just talked about how they love my film, and when Coach Stepp and Coach Wright came to our basketball practice, man, he just, it's because it wasn't all about football. Like he talked about more stuff like life in general and just working hard. So I mean, that's the other thing I got from the coaches, man. It's not all about football. It's about becoming a better man, things like that.
Gotta love that. And Donovan, how do you think you're a great athlete and have a wide range of motion and great catching ability, but why do you think your skill set personally translates to South Carolina or obviously an NC State or Tennessee or other big Power 5 program like you've been offered to?
Man, I just think my skill set, like my route running ability, I think my just ability to get open and separate from DBs, I think it stands out. I mean, you can see it on tape. So, just continue to perfect routes and continue to get open. I mean, I think that's why I'm getting recruited the way I am. I just think I'm just keep working hard and keep perfecting that route running ability, so that when it's time to make that choice of what school I want to go to, I just know the system and I'll be able to fit into that system because I know what type of receiver I am.
And with Jody Wright and Coach Justin Stepp heading to basketball practice and talking a little bit about more than football and just trying to build that relationship, what does that say to you about the Gamecocks program and potentially staying home at South Carolina?
It just shows that, when I'm there, I know, like, academically they're going to take care of me and make sure that I'm getting the help that I need. And even athletically, man, like, learning the system, I think they're going to take care of me like I'm family, just like they're taking care of me now. So, we just trying to keep that relationship close. And Coach Stepp, Coach Wright, they're doing a good job, man, getting up to the school when they can and talking to me and AJ Brand, of course.
Of course. Yes, sir. And How many times have you been able to meet with them at Irmo, and what kind of relationship have you been able to build through that? Obviously them coming to Irmo, not you coming to Carolina.
You know, it's been the same. It's been the same thing. Like, and they come to the school, man. They just ask me how I'm doing, you know. And the football thing is always last. Like, they always make sure that they ask me how my family's doing, and they ask questions like that. So it's not always about football. They make it about life and things like that. And that always stood out to me with Coach Step and Coach Wright, because they always made it about family and things like that.
And what are your thoughts on Coach Shane Beamer and the culture at Carolina right now?
Yeah, being up there, I mean, I know he's trying to build something special. So I could just tell by the way he talks, like, it's everything's always like uplifting. It's never anything negative with him. So, you know, I know Coach Beamer, he's trying to build something special that everybody could buy into, like, and that's why transfer portal is going crazy at Carolina, because everybody wants to buy into that same system.
No doubt, Donovan. And do any other thoughts come to mind about South Carolina right now as your recruitment continues to develop with Power 5 programs looking at you throughout the region and hopefully soon throughout the entire United States as well?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. Do any other thoughts come to mind right now about Carolina and the Gamecocks recruitment of you?
Oh yeah. You know, they're getting a lot of great guys, like receivers. I'm seeing a lot more receivers come through there, so you know that stands out to me the most. Like Xavier Leggett, he's about to go to the league. I saw him just declare. So you know, every time I came to Carolina, I've been watching him. You know, I watch him a lot. You know, he's a big receiver, and I just see myself doing like that. So I see a lot of my qualities in him. So, you know, I know they're doing a good job of developing him, and all the other receivers they got coming up too as well.
And was it impactful to you that they offered you earlier, say than other schools may be willing to in this process?
Yeah, so a lot of schools like to wait, because you know I'm still a sophomore, I'm still young, I got a lot of development and growing to do. But you know, it's great that they offer me early, and it just shows me that my hard work is paying off, and that they see it as well, and they want to grow with me just like I want to grow as a player. So that's great.
And obviously having over 1,080 yards and 57 receptions and a big season this year, and getting those 5 offers as well with Charlotte, and missing one, but obviously Tennessee, NC State, and South Carolina, West Virginia.
Yeah.
But what do you think you need to work on over this off season as you continue to develop, and what do you want to do to take it to the next level next season with the Yellow Jackets?
You know, next season, of course, you know, we want to finish with that state title. You know, that's always been my goal, to be able to win a state title and get it done for the seniors ahead of me. But just working on the same stuff that I always been working on, like as a receiver, just route running, speed, catch radius, everything that makes me the receiver I am. So I think working on that and perfecting my craft is gonna help us in the long term get that championship next season.
Yes, sir, Donovan. And Coach Whaley, have y'all talked about what y'all are gonna do through his training to kind of get you prepped for Irmo coming up in 2024?
He just said just working on, it's the same stuff I was talking about, working on the same thing. Just getting with him this off season, and you know, working on speed as well. Because SEC schools, they love speed, so I think working on that, and the same thing, route running. You know, everything that makes receiver's great. So that's what we focusing on this offseason, just getting better and grinding.
No doubt, my friend. And what are your thoughts on the Tennessee Vols right now? That's obviously a big program recruiting the Palmetto State with Braylon Staley from Strom Thurman and potentially some other guys going to be in the mix in the future.
Yeah. No, I watched a lot of Bray Staley too. I got the opportunity to watch him train, and watch the same things. Taking some of his stuff that he does well and adding it to my game. And I know the Vols, they building something special too, man. I can't wait to get down there to Knoxville so I can see that in person. But yeah, I know they building something special over there too, so I just want to make sure I get there too.
And in the same regard, obviously Jordan Gidron, another player being trained by Whaley, that y'all two are both trending heavily right now early. Both of y'all being offered by NC State and you being there for that big Textile Bowl game against Clemson up in Raleigh at Carter Finley. What do you like about the Wolfpack right now?
No, they're great too. Coach Joker, me and him have a great relationship. With them being one of the first schools that offered me. Man, it's just important. I love being up there, man. That environment is crazy, especially at night. It was a great environment, and getting to talk to all the coaches. Coach Doran, he's building something special too, man. I know you saw that interview with him when they were trying to call him a basketball school, man. And I love the intensity that he brings, and I know they building something great over there.
No doubt, no doubt. And what are some of those schools that might be interested? But obviously, you being a sophomore, it's too early for some of them to give that offer. But that you're trying to build a relationship right now with as well that you might want to mention.
Well, it's a lot of schools. I don't even remember all the schools in my head, but it's a lot of schools that I want to build a relationship with, and hopefully we can build in the future because obviously it's a big choice to make when it comes to college recruiting, and I try to get with all my trainers, like especially I got a lot of trainers back in Maryland because that's where I'm from. So D-Mac, Miles, Coach Miles, I don't know if you heard of them, but they some of the trainers that brought me up and got me to where I'm at as well. And I met Willie when I got down here, but he's been also helping me with that, with training. So I go back and forth to train with them. But in terms of like picking a school, man, it's just the scheme and what fits me. So anybody who's willing to talk to me, I'm willing to talk to them too.
And you and Jordan Gidron from Ridgeview, also a player that he actually reminds me a little bit of Leggett with the size. And I still haven't got to your film yet, but I will definitely be getting back to you on that. I want to really break that down. And obviously wanted to get in touch earlier, but been really busy of late. But you and Jordan both receiving that offer from the Gamecocks as 26s from big programs, Ridgeview and Irmo, right there in the same kind of I think there must have been like 2 days apart. What do you think about you and Jordan from the Blazers both getting those offers from the Gamecocks in that same time frame?
I think he's a great player, man. I think me and him talk a lot, so it's like both of us are great receivers, man. And you always want somebody right there that you can compete against. So we train, we go at it, and I think we're gonna continue to make each other better and keep working. And I think both of us getting that offer, man, it's just showing the hard work that both of us have. So I think, man, it's all competition at the end of the day. And he's a great player, and I know we're both great players. So it's gonna continue to be a battle, man. And we might team up one day. Never know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You never know. And obviously, a loss to South Lawrence 28-21, heartbreaker on the road at the end of the season, but a great 13-1. But I know y'all have greater aspirations in state. But what are your thoughts on this season? I mean, you had an 85-0 win against the Cupcake along the way. Dominated 63-8, 38-6, 49-3, 42-0 versus River Bluff. Just domination the whole way until you run into a great South Florence team. But thoughts about your next high school season, and what are your plans for 7-on-7 during the off season? I know the 7-on-7 circuit is big during the springtime as well, and that's important too.
Right. So, talk about the season, man. It was just a testament to, how much hard work we put in during practice. And Coach Brand, he's a great coach, and he makes sure that we all focus and we all have the things that we need, and that's why, we were able to get that far, man. We just couldn't pull it through, man, with South Florence, man. There was a lot of things, but I think we're gonna get it done next year. So that's just a big part of what we do, man. We stay focused in practice, and that was just a result of that.
Yes, sir. Can't wait to watch the film. I saw AJ Brand, and his skill set is quite dynamic. He's all over the place.
Yeah, he's a great quarterback, man. He is the best quarterback in the state, man.
Yes, sir. Underrated without a doubt. So I was gonna ask you, what are you looking for general in a program? For
in the
college?
program?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
college? Yeah. Generally, I'm just looking for that same, because you want your college experience to feel like high school a little bit, in terms of, family and how they treat you. So I think, the schools that are recruiting me now, man, they're doing a good job of making me feel at home when I'm there. And I'm looking for a good scheme and also a good academic program, of course. And I'm just looking for a good scheme that fits me and that I feel like I could come in and play early at.
No doubt. And the Gamecocks running with Spencer Rattler, obviously a passer first, but can move around the field, and with Lenoris gonna potentially be the starter next season. We've come to know, as you saw during the Steve Spurrier era with the Gamecocks, kind of an RPO spread that likes to move the ball around, and a perfect example of kind of maybe a system maybe you could fit into was the Mississippi State game for South Carolina with the Leggett and Rattler going all over the field with, I think, it was like 44 points in that game. How do you think South Carolina could maybe fit what you're looking for schematically right now?
Yeah, well, like you were saying, man, the way they used to get, all around the field, man. I was at their first game versus North Carolina, man. He was getting really involved in the pass game, and they had him on hitches. Even though they lost that game, man, it was all new to them. So, Leggett, man, he's an animal. So, watching him move around the field and how to get him involved in different routes and make sure he's always on the field, man, I think that fits me. Where I'm at my high school now, man, they want to keep me on the field and use me in different ways.
And what is your motivation and kind of your final goal here with playing big-time football, trying to go D1? Is it the NFL? Is it for the family? Or what is that fire that burns for you?
No, of course it's for the family, man. That's always been my motivation since I started playing. Making my family proud, man. I want to end up going to the league, man, being able to get back to them. That's my goal. Academically, man, I just want to make sure I'm set for life, though. And yeah.
No doubt, Donovan. Well, Mr. Murph, any final thoughts from you, my friend?
I don't know. I don't got any final thoughts, man. I appreciate you for the